Today we are making Jamocha Latte cold process soap. For this recipe, you will need 27 ounces of olive oil, 5 ounces of coconut oil, 4.3 ounces of sodium hydroxide, some coffee grounds, any variety, 8 ounces of buttermilk, or goat's milk, whichever you prefer. Ours is already frozen and cubed. And the Turkish mocha fragrance oil is optional.
Don't forget your safety gear.
You will need goggles to protect your eyes, gloves to protect your hands, and clothing that covers all of your skin, because lye burns. And if you're mixing your lye inside, you should also have a respirator or be in a very well ventilated area. Okay. So we are going to mix the lye very slowly with the frozen buttermilk cubes. And the reason we freeze them is to prevent scorching, because if you just use buttermilk straight out of the carton, it gets kind of a sour milk smell and can discolor your soap. You want to mix the lye very slowly. It may take several minutes. If you mix it in too quickly, that can also cause scorching. Another trick to help keep your buttermilk or goat's milk, whichever you use, from scorching is to also put ice around the mixing bowl. This little spot right here is exactly why you use goggles. My hand slipped just a little bit and a tiny bit of our lye mix splashed onto my goggles and would have hit my eye if I hadn't been wearing these. So you will want to make sure that your oil and your lye mixture is within about 10 degrees of each other. We're shooting for about 120 each, which is what we're at. So now we're going to mix the oil mixture with the lye mixture. Okay, you will want to burp your stick blender in the oil just a little bit to get out the bubbles, and then slowly pour your lye mixture down the neck of the stick blender. And then blend it until you reach trace. Now that we have reached a light trace, we are going to add 1.5 ounces of the Turkish mocha essential oil. And mix that in. And we are now mixing in 1.5 ounces of coffee grounds. You could do more, you could do less. Just depends on how much coffee grounds you want in your soap. This actually acts as a really good exfoliant. Okay, and now we are pouring our soap mixture into our mold. Now that all the soap is in the mold, I'm going to do this a little bit to even it out. Slam it down on the counter a couple times to get the air bubbles out. And then use a chopstick to make little lips on the top. You can flatten it out, but we like to have little designs on the tops of all of our soaps. Okay, now I'm going to give this a quick spray of isopropyl alcohol and cover this up with saran wrap. And then wrap it in a towel for 7 days. On most of the soaps, you only have to wrap it in a towel for 1 to 2 days, but this is a mostly olive oil soap, so it's going to be really soft, so it needs a longer time to set up. Okay, it's been a week now, and as you can tell, the coffee grounds turn the soap like a nice chocolatey brown color. And we're going to take it out and cut it. Okay, when you are working with a soap that has a lot of olive oil, it's really soft. So when you're pulling it out of the mold, you might get a little bit of damage on the end of the soap like that. But that's okay. You can just cut that off in a small slice and then either keep it for yourself or cut it into pieces and give it out as samples. Okay, the center of the soap is lighter than the outside, but as it cures over the next few weeks, it will continue to get darker. And so now we just have to let the soap cure for 4 to 6 weeks, and we're going to be putting ours on a drying rack. But if you don't have a drying rack, you can set it like that for about a week, and then every week or so, just like flip it until it's cured. Here's that same bar of soap, and as you can tell, just in the last 24 hours, it's gotten a lot darker. So by the time it cures, it should be the same color as that.